Hi, my name is Reid, and this short video discusses whether self-organisation can be a driver of social change. It's based on a workshop that took place in November 2022, organised by the Foundation of European Progressive Studies, the Anny-Klawa-Morf Foundation in Switzerland, and the University of Applied Science Northwest in Switzerland, which made a study on this topic. So shortly introducing myself, my name is Reid. I work at PostFinance as an organisation developer. PostFinance is the biggest retail bank in Switzerland, and my main area of focus is in the topics of leadership, self-organisation, new work and digital transformation. I've completed further education in business administration, in occupational psychology, and also in adult learning. And I work part-time also as a freelance consultant and as a lecturer. So moving on to the topic of self-organisation in the workplace, why is it important? What's the relevance for commercial organisations? And I'd like to put self-organisation in the context of the fourth industrial revolution. So currently we are transitioning from the third to the fourth industrial revolution. And as we know from previous industrial revolutions, there's a technological aspect to it. So in this case, in the 1970s, the use of computers on a basic level, mainframe computers, data and basic data and information collection and working with data, to what we have now with Industry 4.0, with factories that are connected with ambiguous computing process power and connectivity from in all sorts of devices. So we know that industry and technology has influenced also other aspects of society as the Industrial Revolution develops. And this is in particular with the business models and marketing. So the market dynamics change, customer demands change, labor shortage that continues to accelerate. These are all aspects that are strongly apparent in Industry 4.0. But also on the employee side, there are new forms of employment, and these can attract and retain talent, and satisfied employees are more productive and innovative, and they are healthier. So this is also a beneficial factor to the success of a company. We understand that leadership and organizations evolve over time, and here there are several sub-trends that are worth mentioning, like work-life blending, co-working, the gig economy, all sorts of new forms of collaboration and remote work that shape the way we work in the future. So organization forms and leadership models certainly need to adopt accordingly. And to this extent, we will be seeing a shift from purely self-organized teams in the future also to self-governing teams. Then I'd like to address two of the theses that were produced in the study from the University of Applied Science. The first one being that a higher level of participation in a company, for example, budget responsibility or work location, team organization, etc., has a positive effect on the company. And here I would like to say that intrinsic and extrinsic factors motivate people, and we see that as time goes on that people are less extrinsically motivated, so salary and different fringe benefits seem to fade a little bit in the background, and the intrinsic factors seem to take a stronger position. So to this extent, the above mentioned factors of work allocation or team organization or contact with customers, these are certainly intrinsic motivators that are strengthened through a high degree of participation. So to this extent, a higher degree of participation certainly brings positive effects for the company. Then a second thesis that was drawn up from the study was in two parts. One is that people change when they work in self-organized organizations or companies. The second part being self-organized organizations are needed to initiate social transformation processes. So to the first part, I do agree that people do change when they work in self-organized organizations, mostly due to the democratic processes or organizational structures and the culture that these entities develop to increase participation. On the second point, whether self-organized organizations are needed to initiate social reform, I think a spillover is not necessarily given, but certainly the skills that one can acquire in the work environment, skills like moderating or negotiating or decision making, or even social and emotional skills that one acquires in the workspace and practices them in the workspace, can certainly lower the threshold to application in other contexts. For example, a stronger involvement in a political process, or in NGOs, or in schooling systems, etc. So that's a short take for me on the topic of self-organization in the social change, and I would just like to say thank you for having the opportunity to present this video for you.